everybody to another segment of Family Matters. Yes, we are so excited to be with you today, and this is being sponsored by Gentleman's Quest of Tampa Bay. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Before we go any further, we're going to introduce ourselves. I am Georgia.
I'm O'Neill.
I'm Josh. And I'm Tim.
Awesome. And we are Team Salmon, the Salmon family. All right. So today we're going to be talking to you about positive ways to set and support each other's goals. However, before we start sharing what's on our mind, we want to remind you of a few things. If you would not mind, please subscribe to this channel. We really love your support and appreciate it. So subscribe right now. Yes, right now if you can. Feel free as well to give us a thumbs up if you're enjoying what you're hearing and receiving, and just engage us. Share your comments or whatever might come to your mind. Last thing I want to say to you is there's a notification bell, and will help you to get all of the commentary, all of the videos. So please click that bell and you'll be the first one to know about what's coming up next. Is that all right? Cool. All right. So today we are talking about positive ways to set support when each person in your family is setting goals. Now we know a family is made up of one team with multiple team players. Yes. We're all on Absolutely. One team together. However, we each have a part to play on the team. Each player on the team has different personalities, different talents, and gifts. Trust me, we've learned that as well. But while they have all of these different personalities and thoughts, it also leads each person's goals to go in a different direction at time, or to be totally different from each other. But we keep unity despite the goals, despite each person's desire, each person's goal. The key on the team is always going to be unity. And today we want to talk about how to keep that when each person is setting different goals. So, hey Team Salmon family, I have a question for us, and we're just going to discuss it, and you just follow along and again comment. Share a goal that you might have set or one that you have now, and how important was it to you that we, the family, supported that goal?
I'll go first. So one of my biggest goals and achievements that I've had in the past was to make my high school varsity basketball team.
Awesome.
It takes a lot of time and effort to get there, and with my family support, coming out to my games, getting me to practices, just being there when it's tough, when I'm sore, need something, or I'm actually hurt, injured, just giving me the support so that I can continue to push forward and to get better at my games.
Wow, that's good. Okay.
I'd definitely say one of the goals that I had was to get into college, to get into Morehouse College. And really, definitely the support that my family gave me was just supporting me throughout high school, supporting me while doing scholarships, helping with me with scholarships, helping me to get community service hours, and really also just praying and just making sure that I'm uplifted through the process.
I think for me, and this one kind of dates back a bit, it was us in pursuit of one of our homes.
Wow.
You know, a time in which we were moving, but we were really at the time displaced. And so in that season, I just remember it had been prolonged even longer than we anticipated, but the pursuit was to eventually move into that home that we could then consider our home. Yes, we got there, got it done, but the journey in itself needed a lot of collaboration, a lot of support, a lot of patience and understanding.
Yes.
And but you know, because we pulled in, as you mentioned, a team, it really helped us to overcome some of those, you know, challenges there. I'll speak to a little bit of that later.
I totally agree. Thank you guys. And for me, I remember a distinct goal with trying to get my degree. You remember that time? And I was doing it online, so I had to share with the family. You know, Monday nights were a big night for me to make sure I got essays in and paperwork done by that deadline. So I had to kind of shift things around the home, and just having their support with not bothering me while I'm studying, or, you know, holding me accountable to continuing. That was a big part for me as well. So I appreciate you guys with that in setting that goal and many others. So we're going to move right along, and we're going to share with you guys just a few ways that you at home could support each other when someone is setting their own goal. Keep in mind that goal could be short-term or long-term, one day or several days?
Well, one of the ways in which we can set and even support each other, I want to present is active and intentional communication.
Yes, absolutely.
When I shared my goal, or really what wasn't just my goal, but all our goals, because we were certainly as a team in pursuit of getting a home, I realized that it was so essential, so vital that we maintain constant communication, because the opposition that was against us, the time that it was taken to even achieve that objective, it took longer than we had, or I had even projected, and so we had to be intentional about communicating. In fact, I remember several times we, in getting out for the day, going to school or going to work, we would be in a car just having a rapport, a conversation about it. And that allowed for us to be in the know, you know, about where we are on the journey, because it could be quite disconcerting, maybe, and really discouraging at the end of the day to not know if you are closer to or perhaps even further from. So I would encourage parents, when again talking about their goals, and after setting the goal, to continue to engage active and intentional communication.
Wow, that's good. Thank you, hon. I totally agree.
So the next one that we have when it comes to setting and supporting a goal is to listen for understanding.
Yes.
So like you said about your goal, you know, with getting the house, one of the important parts for us was to listen and truly understand the things that you were explaining about the process. A lot of times, there's really two things I think that listening for understanding does. One, it allows you to be able to support.
Yes.
You have, the only way you can support is by understanding what the person's talking about. So I can't support Timothy wanting to play basketball if I'm not aware of his actual goals concerning basketball.
That's good.
And when I say supporting, I mean truly supporting. I'm not just talking about being there, but being there in the ways that are needed. So it's one thing for me to just drive Tim to a game, but that's not really maybe the support that he needs as much as it is maybe being front row at the game, cheering him on. So really listening for that. And then the second thing that I would definitely say towards that is that listening and understanding a goal sometimes allows it to also make you look at your goals and say, how can I help in a sense? So how does that goal pertain to me? So where Dad mentioned the goal concerning getting the house, when you listen and understand it, you realize this should be my goal too. My goal should be to support us all in getting to this goal. So it's really about personalizing the goal, which comes from first listening and understanding.
I like what you said before we move to the next point. It's the idea that we're sharing in each other's goals, you know, and finding what part we can contribute, you know, or play. So it's more, that way the person doesn't feel like they're on this journey by themselves.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's good.
And that goes back to what we said in the beginning. We are all on the same team.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, even though we're different people with different goals, unity is where we're going with this. We want to stay unified. So the next one for me, of course, I want to share is when someone sets a goal in the household, you know, whether you agree with it or not, whether it makes sense to you or not, let the positivity of the goal shine bright. There are so many negative things going on in the world, guys, even now. And, you know, one of us might set a goal that seems unrealistic for the moment, but in our heart, it's realistic. So what can you find when you've heard it, you've communicated with your family member, you listen for understanding, what part of their goal can you allow the positive to come out of it? Do you see positive in it? Do you sense that there's something great on the other side? I'm sure we can find negative. Listen, my kids have set goals, my husband has set goals, and sometimes we're like, I'm not sure. But my job is to lean in as much as I can on the positive. Yes, cheerleader. Exactly, I like that. Cheerleader for the team, focusing on the positive. They might have fumbled, but I still see positive because we're still in the game. That's positive.
Oh, that's good.
So that's there. What else we got?
So probably the next point is offer support and guidance. Support. Back to as my dad said, you know, when houses fall out, drop out, keep supporting them so we can find another house. We can find that house that we actually want, because, you know, maybe it wasn't God's plan for us to find it. Just supporting me in my basketball, Josh, you know, helping me actually play and give me when I'm down, I'm not making my shots, I'm cold, I'm not not feeling it, just supporting me and giving me guidance on, actually showing me what to do, because maybe I'm doing something wrong, or giving them guidance as well with how to help me.
That's good. Wow, I love this. I love this. Guys, if you're enjoying this, talk back to us, comment if you would, engage this discussion.
The next one I think that would be good to share is clearly identifying the financial or even other resources needed to meet that goal. We know that money is often needed to finance and even, allow for us to be able to engage many of the things we're aspiring to do. But I think important is that we cue everyone in on the team into what is going to, what it's going to take at the end of the day. How much is invested, perhaps even what sacrifices need to be made along the way. Again, pulling on that one goal that I shared about the home. And then I'll, maybe even reference some of your own, would be when when we were looking at the home or looking towards the home, we had to decide is it going to be within costs? What are we going to, in going into the home, be able to live with and live without? And we had to, come into that place of agreement, on that if it was going to work for the team. The same would be said when it came to, and sometimes it's not resources in the matter of money always. Sometimes it's time. When it came to Tim being a part of the team playing for his school, it was important that we had a buy-in to what demands or what requirements would be there. In part, is it rehearsals or practices rather after school? How much time is needed there? When it came to Josh and his pursuits for school, and education, college, we had to be forward thinking in part and coming into agreement ahead of. This is what we're going to do. This is what it's going to take. Begin to even budget things along the way so that his dreams could be fulfilled. And we had to do that for each other. I just wanted to kind of share that a little bit.
So the last one that we're going to hit is basically setting realistic future dates. So I think that's very important, because as you set a goal, and I know that we've been touching on different topics concerning us, but one topic that I definitely want to talk about a lot of times is fitness goals. I know that at school I did weight training, and one of the main important things was making sure that your goal was measurable. When you have a date that you're trying to reach, it causes what you do in between the day that you start and the day you try to reach that goal to be affected. So it just keeps pushing you to work harder. So if I have a goal to hit a certain fitness goal, if I have a goal to purchase a home, if I have a goal to get into a college, setting those realistic future dates causes you two things. It causes you to make sure that, one, you actually work to get to that goal, but it also causes you not to be discouraged if you don't. So when you set realistic dates, like, look, realistically, if I'm starting to work out, I'm not going to see results until 2 to 3 months from now. So let me make sure that the goal that I have set in mind is maybe 6 months away. That way, if I set it, say, 4 months away and don't get there, I'm not down. You understand what I'm saying? So let me set a realistic date. That way, it doesn't mess with my mental health throughout the process, because when you're trying to succeed and you're trying to get through things, a lot of times it can mess with your mental health when you don't achieve them. Also, setting those dates allows your family to be able to support you. So it allows them to see the progress as you get there. It allows them to know how long you're working towards something. So it's very important to set those realistic dates.
Wow, you guys are amazing. Do you hear all this smartness coming out of these young people? They got that from me. All right.
So set realistic goals, guys.
So we're excited that you guys joined us today. And listen, parents, remember this while you are going to be sitting with your own family and setting goals. Remember, we were once their age. We've made errors, we stumbled along the way, we even failed at some things at times. But at the end of the day, we're still a team, we lift each other up, we support each other, and then we continue adjusting along the way. But sometimes we have to reflect back on what we went through when they were younger and to help us to help them. Cool? All right, so this is what I want you to do as we're getting ready to wrap up. If you could, as you sit and you discuss your family's goals, as we did, have each person take a few minutes and discuss at least one personal goal that they have set. This is a good time to do it. One personal goal. Then you as a family go around and describe 5 different ways together that you can support that one goal for each person. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Jot it down, take notes. This is kind of a way that you can create vision, new vision for your family, and then discuss those goals often. So you're being realistic and you're holding each other accountable. And that's what we like to do as Team Salmon. So we hope you enjoyed this segment today. It is always a blessing to come into your homes and share with you, and this refreshes us as well as we move forward. Thank you for joining us on today. Just a few reminders before we go. Please subscribe to this channel. If you enjoy what you're hearing and you're a part of, click those thumbs up for us. That's how we know you like it. Comment in the comment section. Share with us any feedback or any thoughts or questions that you may have as well as you're taking this journey with us. Don't forget to click the notification bell so that you can get all of the updates as soon as new segments are uploaded. And again, thank you for joining us on Family Matters. Have a wonderful day.